Barbara and I took a 12-day cruise from Los Angeles to Alaska and back. There were just two main parts that I'm going to record. One was the stop in Vancouver. We had a great adventure there, so this video will be about that. I will make a second video on the White Horse train ride out of Skagway. So this one is about our trip into Vancouver and some of the excitement that we had. Okay, so we like to save $1 or $2 and we get an obstructed view. So this was the obstructed view out of the window of our cabin. Now Barbara and I don't like to use the shore excursions by Princess, usually on the expensive side and large groups. So we decided to simply go out on our own, walk out off the ship, onto the street, and find our own adventure. So we walked through downtown, and the city of Vancouver has got a lot of modern buildings. Yet here and there you will find an old hotel in amongst the new architecture. So my first great idea was to walk down to the waterfront and book an airplane for a flight around the city, and it was just too overcast, so we had to find something else to do. So it's a fun hobby with dealing with video editing. I removed the telephone wires out of this photograph to see this old hotel. So now the real adventure began. We were still looking for something to do when we saw a big bus that says free shuttle to some sort of suspension bridge park. And since it was the word free, and we didn't know a thing about a suspension bridge park, we got on the bus anyway, and off we went. Now to get to wherever it was that we were going, the bus did drive through the downtown area, and the driver did point out some of the historical landmarks and some of the new buildings, and it was quite interesting. We finally arrived at Capilano Suspension Bridge Park, and this is where a real adventure began, because we had no idea what we were getting into, but it had something to do with suspension bridges. So at the check-in booth, the young lady there gave us every damn discount that you can think of when we were purchasing our tickets. AAA, AARP, senior rate. It was a kick watching her go through all the discounts that we could get. Now the name of this place, of course, is a suspension bridge park. So I figured there was going to be one long suspension bridge over a deep ravine and people get to walk it. I had no idea what we're getting into. Yes, it did start with a 100-yard long suspension bridge, about 4 feet wide, with about 200 people on it at the same time. So it did rock and roll. It was fun. Now we started walking through this large park area on these guided trails made out of wood and railings and stuff like that, not knowing for sure that we were heading towards more suspension bridges, but suspension bridges that are built up in the treetops. Okay, we'll have to get to some videos and show you what that is all about. I'm videotaping as we do go down. I don't have any idea what we're going to get. These are still photos and videos of the large suspension bridge over the deep ravine. We still haven't got to the suspension bridge up in the trees. People are throwing coins into this little stream, and it's just full of dimes, nickels, quarters. I wanted to go in there and get some. Uh-oh, a glimmer of what we're getting ourselves into. So these are suspension bridges from one tree to the next tree up at the canopy level, way up high in the tree. And they're built from one platform to another, but entirely by suspension bridges. I'm walking with the camcorder working. So they have these platforms built around the tree, and the suspension bridge goes from one platform to another platform. Oh yeah.
This is that tree again. I don't know what kind of flower it is. Look it down below.
Yep. Well, we went from suspension bridge to suspension bridge to suspension bridge through the treetops of this park. Just fabulous. Now we're on our way back to the main entrance, and we're going back across that one great big huge suspension bridge, and it is rock and roll. It bounces up and down and rolls from side to side. It's a kick. Oh, Barbara, look at that one along the cliff over there. No, we did not. Apparently, besides the suspension bridge, there is a cliff walk. They've built a pathway along the face of the cliff over there. And no, we're not going on it. This was one fun adventure, and yes, that is a long ways down, but we had a marvelous time for two people who didn't know what we were going to do when we got off the ship.